And I'm feeling all warm now, Carl.
And we got the tinglies and the warmth, or it could be gas. I think it could be gas.
Leave your bromance at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome to Carl and Mike. We are in part 2 of the Fall in Love edition, Mike.
Are we falling in love?
I
still got
tell.
that tingle.
You got a tingle?
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised in the first set of 12. There's things we've talked a long time.
Yeah.
But I picked up some things I didn't know about you before.
There's a little glisten in your eye there, Carl.
Is that really?
Yeah.
No, I think that's
Don't know what that is.
no, it's a speck. It's a speck. All right. So for those of you who missed part 1, so there's a scientist that says that he's designed 36 questions that he could take any two people, give them 36 questions, and they would fall in love. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah,
I have doubts on that.
Anything's possible. I would say,
The doubt, that's kind of like making love as an analytical thing,
yeah.
don't you think? I mean, I get that you're opening up to the other person and you're sharing
Yeah.
thoughts, which
And you do
would
that.
create connection to any time. But to say 36 questions
So
and
do you
boom,
do the
you're gonna fall in
36
love.
questions before or after you get naked?
Yeah, no, that would be before.
Oh, okay.
See, and he doesn't even talk about naked.
Didn't even talk about naked?
Not that I know of.
Shit, man.
All right, we're going to start with the set 2. So there's 3 sets of 12. So we are on set 2. Question 13.
Okay.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Whoa. The future.
Crystal ball could tell you about the truth about yourself or your life or the future or anything else. What would you want to know? You get one shot. Crystal ball.
Whoa, dude.
I know. It's a tough one. I don't know if these questions get
I
harder.
don't want to know about the future.
You don't?
I would like to know how other people view me. Unvarnished.
Don't you think you know that?
No.
Really?
No. I would like to know exactly how people view me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, now when I look at this question, the thing that moves towards
I would
me,
like to see me through their eyes. And I'm not talking about one specific person. I'm talking about multiple.
So collective data, if
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what yeah. I'll take
Well,
that.
send your survey. We'll do.
Yeah.
Send your answers about Mike to Carl and Mike.
Friends and family, please.
Now, interesting that you would say that. For me, a crystal ball could tell the truth about myself, my life. I would tend to go to the future.
Would you?
I think I feel like I know myself fairly well. I'm sure there's blind spots I have, but I wouldn't know with the question I asked the crystal ball. So I lean towards the future. You know, I guess I'd like to, and even not so much for myself, I'd just like to kind of see where things land 50 years from now, you know, as a society, as a country, as a planet. You know, did we survive the fears that we had? I think it'd be cool if I had to travel anywhere. I want to travel in the past, time travel. I would travel into the future.
Well, if you know the future, then you can bet on it and make some money.
Well, there'd be that, and there's a book that was written on that.
Oh yeah.
So I would want to know. Yeah, I would want to know how much things changed in 50 years.
Yeah, and how they change. Yeah.
Number 14. Ooh, is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it?
Yes. I've dreamed of taking some woodworking classes.
So why haven't you done it?
Money. I mean, the woodworking classes that I want to take are outside of town. I would have to go there, and they're for extended periods of time. So there's the idea, the cost to get there, the cost to take the class, the cost of room and board to stay there, and it's the time away. You know, so I would, there's a place up in.
So you're saying, how long have you dreamed of doing this?
No, a long time. There's a place up in Maine that I would like to go to.
So here,
And it would take $8,000 to $10,000 and probably be gone for 6 weeks, 2 months.
So what's more of the reason you're not doing it? Money or time?
Money.
See, I'm going
Time,
to challenge
I
you
got it.
on this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever about money.
Well, if you can
I
tell
don't
me
think
where I
it's-
can get the $8,000 or $10,000, that would be helpful.
I don't.
Because I'm loading the car tomorrow.
My experience, it's never about the money.
Yeah.
If it's really, really important to you,
Yeah.
then you just make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's either I'm gonna, you can slap me upside the head if you think I'm off on this, but it's either a self-worth thing, or you don't have as much passion for it, or you got lost in the how.
I could see that in both cases. Self-worth.
Because I've seen people do it.
From a self-worth standpoint, I feel like it's selfish on my part. I think that's a self-worth thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be. I'm afraid that it would be viewed that I was being selfish on my part, or that I would feel selfish for taking the time and spending the money to do something like that, rather than staying here in Dallas and being productive and making money and adding to the coffers.
And I'm
And
going to make the assumption is that with Anita.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with people that I know, other friends, I'm thinking.
But would it matter to me or anybody else if you did that?
No, I really wouldn't. I don't
So
think.
I think
It's more. Yeah, with Nita.
That's a story you tell yourself. Have you sat down and said, I really have had a dream to do this?
I haven't.
I think
sat down
Anita
with her.
would.
Yeah, I
would
do that. But
support
it's
you.
still okay. Then you do that. You still have it's $8,000 to $10,000. Now this place does have scholarships that are available.
Right.
Now,
it's never about the money.
And so there's that possibility that there's scholarship money that could be made available for me to do that. Now, there's scholarship money for that, but then there's also, I'm always doing a yes but. This is called yes but. We're playing yes but.
Are we now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's say we get Nita over the hump.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's still the cost. And let's say I get the
scholarship.
Yes, but there's the cost of room and board. That's not going to get scholarship. So then the whole thing just costs me whatever it costs me to stay up there and eat.
Yeah. See,
I ran out of yes buts.
Yeah. And that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
You got to realize it's all bullshit.
No.
Because you could how much you've been had a lot dream for a long time. It's a long time. 10 years.
Oh yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you could have been saving money away for the last 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm challenging you. This is something different. This is something different. Now I don't know what that is. But I would encourage you to not buy into your bullshit.
Yeah.
Because all those yes buts, I bet you could afford it even if you wanted to. You may have to go in a little debt or put it on the credit card or something.
Yeah, something.
Something. You can make that happen.
Yeah.
So it isn't Anita that's blocking you on this.
No.
It's not the money.
No.
So what is it?
It's me, girl.
See, this is where the love starts to happen.
This is
I think.
is this it? Oh God, I don't like the way this feels. It's my ass is starting to twitch now. Is that what love is all about? Your ass twitching?
No, now there's some. This is probably annoying you a little bit. Is this conversation starting to annoy you? Because you
so we're gonna okay.
All right, I'll go to me.
No,
so
okay.
now that I've left you in a state of
fluster. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Michael, the reason you haven't done the woodworking is because of you.
Yeah. God damn
Damn it.
I was feeling good. Okay, keep going. Now.
All right. Something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time. Why haven't you done it? Okay. I can't answer this now. I mean, I could, but I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a conversation I want to have with you afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's about something that something I've dreamed of doing. It's this idea. I'm going to say it's an idea I've had that I thought would be really cool to do.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it.
Uh-huh.
But recently, it's kind of percolated back up.
Uh-huh.
So I want to talk to you about that after the thing, but I don't want to talk about it. It's $1 million idea, Michael.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't want to talk about it publicly at this moment.
Oh, okay.
But why I haven't done it?
So this is kind of a spoiler alert?
Yes.
Okay.
So why I haven't done it is because, and I still struggle with it, but it's, why haven't I done it?
Because it's hard.
Because it's hard. There's a level of comfort that I achieve.
Yeah.
That, that it would be. And, now I'm kind of looking at it and I'm kind of glad that I haven't done it in a way, because it's better to do it. There's more possibilities for it now than even back then, I think.
Well, there you go. Maybe you just need to percolate for a while, and it's going to,
But I was surprised because I kind of let it go, and that's kind of percolating back up. And it may not go anywhere, and then again it might. But I think any time that there's a dream of doing something and you haven't done it, there's a self-worth involved there, or lost in the how. I can't see how it happened, therefore I give up the
and
what.
it's important to have dreams.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving.
Or your why isn't strong enough.
Yeah.
And a why needs to be fed.
Yeah.
You got to feed it. If you're reading Woodworking Magazine every week and doing shit like that, I'm guarantee you would feed your why, and that would go. Same thing with me. All right, 15. Man, we're only not even halfway through this.
I know.
All right. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
I would say getting married, having 3 kids, more so than any of the design, house, car, bullshit like that.
Right.
Having a business of my own and it being successful, that was an accomplishment. But it doesn't, for me, it doesn't. And having kids and getting married, but everybody's still getting along.
So raising a family where it
that
was
everybody's still
a positive
strong and
family experience.
That's probably
and you feel you had a real hand in that happening, as opposed to environment versus hereditary.
No.
Or whatever. This kind of is tough for me because I don't have kids, and I think that would be the greatest. So when I think about being, so one thing that comes to mind is being married for 28 years, but I don't know if is that an accomplishment? Seems a weird thing to call staying together with someone an accomplishment.
No, I think
it seems
there's a lot of growth that goes on during that 28 years. So I think in both sides.
Right.
And so I think, it's definitely an accomplishment.
Right, but I see people that have been married 50 years and you go, God, look at them and they're great. And then there's other people that have been married 50 years and they're just like all over each other and it's really dysfunctional. So
no.
A marriage is only an accomplishment if it's
positive.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, I buy that.
So, yes, I do. I would guess I put a marriage, we have grown, struggled. Our marriage hasn't been easy.
It's not. Anybody thinks it is a fool.
Yeah. So that is an accomplishment.
Now, remember,
we
both have anniversaries coming up.
Yes, really. So on the eve of my 28th anniversary, let's say accomplishment.
And is my 38th. So we have no, it is. Anybody that thinks it's an easy deal is an idiot.
Yes. Other than that, accomplishments, there's been awards won and things, but oh man, they're all great and really nice, but when I think greatest accomplishment, I think greatest accomplishment is your life, and are you happy with your life at the end of the and I like my life. I've liked there's been down times and stuff, but I like the development of that. So I don't know if that's a cop-out answer, but that's where I'm at.
No, I think that's a good answer.
16.
Yeah.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honesty.
Straight up, blunt. No beating around the bush. Honesty.
Yeah, that's right up there for me. I think loyalty, but no. Because I've had friends come and go. I'm gonna say
honesty is kind of loyal. It actually, loyalty to me. If you're honest, you're loyal.
Yeah.
Emotionally loyal.
Right.
There can be loyal.
So honesty with telling you how it is, or honesty? Is there another?
Well,
all forms, or what
honesty with being available.
Yeah.
Yeah. you know?
I think what I most value in a friendship is the connection that I have when I'm with that person. You know, the quality of the quality of connection.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
You know, that when we're together, you know, either we laugh hard or we talk or I come away enriched.
Well, that's kind of a comfort. It's like it's like a warm blanket. It's acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to feel the tingly.
Oh, God.
All right. Number 17. What is your most treasured memory?
Most treasured memory. Wow. I keep wanting to default back to kids and stuff and their births and Simon's birth. But I'd say probably my most cherished memory are my backpacking trips with my dad.
Yeah.
During high school up in the mountains. Yeah.
You know, I think with my parents both dying young, I think my most treasured memories are the memories I have of the people that are no longer with me in life that have passed on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think, you know, can I pick one from all of those? Mm-hmm. No, I think it's almost a small moments. It's just times as a family that we were all laughing and it was a good time and we were just.
And see, those are that's good. Those are good.
I think the people that are, not that I don't treasure the memories of people I'm with that are alive, but when they're gone, that's all you got left.
Yeah,
is the memories, you know.
But it's usually the good memory. A lot of times it's the good memories.
The
negative seems to have kind of probably
it wasn't
fade.
that important anyway. It was a bunch of ego bullshit.
Yeah,
right, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you reach an understanding of why they acted that, or why you acted that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're right. I think only the good memories. Yeah. And that's kind of the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Right now, I just want to tweak your cheek. All right. Question 18 goes to the other side. What is your most terrible memory?
Wow.
It's kind of easy for me, actually. I think getting a phone call from my sister that my mother died. Mm-hmm. It was kind of one of those things that was sudden and unexpected, and then in hindsight, it was happening.
I think probably watching my dad with Parkinson's kind of slowly fade away. You know, that was, and Mom would not. She insisted on keeping him at home.
You think that was a mistake?
No. It's not my. Right. It's not my.
Yeah.
I can't judge that, and I would have to say no because it's what Mom wanted, what Dad wanted, but it took a toll on both of them. You know, at the end, she was getting real frustrated. He was getting real frustrated. They would get angry with each other over things that were, that just couldn't be held because of the disease, and it was kind of fucked to watch that.
Yeah.
But I say it was fucked to watch him die, but it was really heartening to watch my mom and dad go through that together, having lived together as long as they did, and being as close as they were to go through that.
Yes.
Even though it took a toll on both of them.
Just a side question, because I don't know. I mean, I know Parkinson's is with the shaking and stuff. Mm-hmm. Does that affect at the end mental ability?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It does?
But a lot of it is they have trouble swallowing, so they can choke to death. Right. They can't feed themselves, so it's more of a physical thing, and it does have some mental thing. You can't think as quickly. I think Dad still knew who all of us were. Alzheimer's, you don't have a clue, and you may be strong as an ox.
That's true.
So it's almost the opposite. Right. But and I think him not being able to take care of himself and those wipe his own butt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that that's embarrassing. At some point you've got to let go of that and realize that people are going to take care of you. But yeah, that part of it's hard.
All right, 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly Would you change anything about the way you are now living, and why?
Oh man. I'd go to Maine.
You'd go to Maine?
I'd go to Maine to go to that class. Yeah.
That woodworking class?
Yeah, I'd go.
You would do that if you had 1 year left to live?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I think that says something for you.
I would go there and I would spend as much time as I could in the mountains. It
you had
wouldn't
1
be
year?
in Dallas, Texas at the mall.
So
it wouldn't be. I would spend as much time in places that I was comfortable, that I felt at home in. Yeah. Even I would take the class even though I wasn't going to benefit from it in the long run. It would be something that I would be doing and being in an environment where I'd be shared. Now, the problem with that is it would take time away from Nita and the family for 6 weeks. So there,
you only have a year to live. Why wouldn't you have her come with you?
Huh? I don't think she would.
If you only had a year to live?
Yeah. No. Well, she might if it was only a year.
Right.
But you're assuming that I found out I only had a year and then I would tell people.
So if you had a doctor appointment and he said, hey, close the door here, Michael,
I'm not
you
sure
got a
I'd tell
tumor,
people. I don't think
you got a
I'd
year to
tell-
live?
No, I
You would
don't
not
think-
tell even
no,
Anita?
No. Well,
And
maybe.
The kids?
No. No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I'd go as long as I could without telling them.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Because you
why
don't want them to act differently towards you?
Well, no, it's not so much that. Why would they be bummed for a year?
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming they'd be bummed, but,
All right. So for me, if I would die something, what do I change about the way I'm... I think I would be... a couple obvious ones, to be honest. I'd probably rack up some credit card debt.
Oh, that would be good.
2, I would travel more. I would want to see a couple things, but I think I would try to. I would not be as lazy with life. I don't know if I'd waste as much time. Mm-hmm. Everything would be a little faster.
There would be a certain urgency.
There'd be a certain sense of urgency that would propel things along.
Yeah.
I think travel would be the big thing I would do. I'd want to see some things, I guess.
Yeah.
If I had a year to live.
Yeah.
That's probably a standard answer, but all right. Let's see if we can finish set 2 here. 20.
What is...
It's getting loud in here.
I think you kind of answered that. Honesty and availability and... the thing I like about friends is you just pick it up where you left off.
Yeah.
You don't have to redo.
Right.
Yeah.
I think people you can count on, honesty, and like I say, I agree. Kind of quality of the time we spend together. Mm-hmm. What does friendship mean to you? It means a lot. I don't have family, so friends are important.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have a wife, but I don't have children. I don't have that aspect. So I think friends have taken a higher road. I don't know. I can't judge it, but.
No, I think friends and family to me are kind of one and the same.
Yeah.
I mean, one's blood and the other's
Right.
not. But a lot of times you can talk to friends about stuff that you can't talk to family about.
That's true. That's true.
So,
All right, 21. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
what roles do love and affection play in our life?
I'm very affectionate with Suzanne. I think affection for me, I noticed it always bothered me as a kid. My parents were not that affectionate with each other, and I always thought, I'm not going to be like that.
Yeah.
But I think it turns out I thought that way because I'm more affectionate by nature.
Yeah.
I like, holding hands or cuddling, and to me that's affection.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no,
physical
no.
affection
Yeah.
that way. It's important to me. So that role plays a very important part of my relationship.
I think both are important to me because of the way I saw my parents. They were always real affectionate to each other. In silly little ways. In the kitchen,
Right.
he would come
Right.
up behind her and kiss her on the neck or
Right,
something
right.
like that. And she was, it was just fun to watch. It was
Right.
kind of, and it wasn't anything nasty about it. It was just a kind of fun, lovey affection that I would see with them, and that's always been important to me. And try to, do that in my own life the best I can, and with all family members, just trying to be as,
What about love? How does love play in your life?
Well, I guess define
There's
love.
like tons of big questions all in one.
Yeah,
aren't they?
how does love? I think it's huge because the love that you have and affection that you have for one another really colors your entire relationship with that person. You know,
Right.
if you feel love towards that person or you feel loved by that person, and that's a different thing. It's a totally different thing. And you almost have to, you can't have, I don't think you can have the other one without having the other, without conflict.
I think love, at the end of the day, you can't have love without connection. I'm kind of starting to see that why these 36 questions, because it forms connection through being vulnerable and honest and open with another person.
Yeah.
Is that not the basis of love?
What's that?
Without connection, there isn't love.
Right.
And connection brings empathy, and it brings all the qualities of that.
Well, and
but ultimately,
love is acceptance.
Yeah.
And
love is acceptance. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because, everybody comes to the table different. It'd be real easy to accept a carbon copy of myself.
Yeah.
There would be no thought involved.
But there wouldn't be love. Or would there be love?
Oh, it'd be love. Of course.
I probably
Mutual
made love with myself more than I have with anybody
Yeah.
else in my life.
But when you get married, that person comes with different tapes and different family and different experiences, and that colors the way they are, and accepting that, not trying to change it, accepting it.
Right.
That's the hard thing about marriage, frankly.
Yes. Acceptance.
Yeah.
Acceptance is the hardest part?
I think so. Because I think, it's, and Dan and I have talked about this. I come with my own ideas about the way things are, or should be, based on the way I was raised, the experiences I had with other people.
Right.
And that's what my expectations are. She comes with totally different set of expectations and experiences. And marriage is melding of those two things and somehow meshing them and accepting things that are not the way you would like and giving and taking on things. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
That's
I struggle that, either not having her feeling like she isn't accepting something about me or me not accepting something about her. It's like, I think where I've gone sideways in my marriage is thinking, well, you should,
Oh, that's a bad word.
That is a bad one.
That doesn't work.
That's a bad word. Well, yeah. And actually, it's me not accepting.
It's not going to get you dinner at 6.
No. Well, you're right. It's the acceptance is the real. Thank you. That was a really good piece. I needed to hear that. 22. Okay.
Now, when Nita hears this, she's going to go, "Are you listening to what you're saying?" Yeah, that's what's
yes, exactly.
Anyway, yeah.
I don't think we should have our wives listen to this one.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
No.
Well, maybe
not that we have to push it that hard.
No, no, exactly.
No, I think they should, actually. They get to know us better.
All
right. 22 is going to, it ain't getting any easier here. 22, so we got 3 more to go in this section. 22, alternate sharing. So we have to alternately share something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. So I'll be me or you. You got to do it 5 times. Share back and forth real quick. 5 positive characteristics
that I want to share of yours.
Yeah. So what do I see in you that is positive, and what you see in me?
Your humor.
I like your Texasness. That sounds weird, but
yeah.
I'm gonna go jump in. Humor
intelligence.
Too. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll go with humor for you too. I also like the way you laugh. You got a great laugh.
I've got a great laugh.
Yeah, you do. You when you're into it, you have a really good laugh.
Now I've got to go back and listen to the old one.
Because when you laugh, I feel like you really get it.
No.
It's full body. It's an honesty in the laughter.
Full body jiggle.
Yeah. You don't laugh fake.
No.
I like that about you.
Your willingness to try different stuff and different ways of living and different,
You're genuine. I find you very strong, genuine. You are who you are. You're all right with it. You're not afraid to put it out there.
I feel a hug coming on.
Oh, it's getting. How are we done? 3 or 4?
Warmth.
Warmth.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, I think you're a very warm human being. I see that with your interactions with everybody that, when we had that launch party.
Yeah.
And it was mostly your friends that were there.
All right.
And you had a real connection with everybody there that I thought was cool to see. I wish I had more friends there. I just don't have more friends.
You need more.
No, probably. I'll make them in Maine.
This one comes from not having that. The relationship that you have with your kids and what you did as a father, what I've learned of what you've done as a father from these conversations. Man, I would have loved a father like that. I'm not putting my father down, but
yeah,
I really like the way you raised your kids and the mentality that you took with them.
Well, thanks. I have to say, yes, I did have something to do with it, but I always credit Nita.
Yeah.
With raising those kids, because she's the one that stayed home.
Right. Absolutely.
And my experience with raising kids really was with Simon, and I wish in doing that with him, I wish I had the opportunity to spend more time with my own kids, but I didn't. That's kind of a regret.
And the beauty of life, it gives you grandchildren, give you a second chance.
Yeah.
In a way.
Oh yeah.
Without all the having to keep them 24/7.
I tell you, one thing I like about you is your diligence in your trying different things, constantly probing at different areas. And I see that in the business you're doing with Shackley and Mankind kind of thing, where you're not just casually showing up, you're involved. Especially with the Mankind thing. And I think that's a very, very cool thing. Very cool thing, because it's a good organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I do get involved if I'm going to get involved in something, I get involved.
Yeah.
I think it's the fifth one. This is the last one. I think, and this one's kind of easy, but your general outlook on life. I think, our conversations are, I'd like to think more people have it. I just don't hear it as much. I think you have a really healthy outlook on life, whether it be politics or whatever. I mean, you see wrong where wrong is, you call that bullshit out, and I like your outlook on life. That's why I've enjoyed these conversations. I think so much.
They have been good.
Yeah, you have good outlook on life.
Or is that it?
Those are the 5.
Okay.
Oh, the tinglies are deep now with this one.
This is good,
This is actually good.
Yeah,
very interesting process to go through. 23. We're almost done with set 2. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
It's real close. In fact, sometimes too close, that everybody says, but it just is. It's like I got in a conversation with one of the girls yesterday, and it got heated, and I just hung up the phone because I couldn't talk about it anymore. And then she immediately called her sister and my sister, and they had conversations, and so everybody knew what everybody was thinking within a very short period of time.
The telephone game line is quick with yours.
It's like that all the time.
Oh, really?
I mean, we talk to each other all the time. Nita talks to Zoe every day. I talk to Zoe every day. We talk to Perry every couple of days, right. Aaron all the time, and my sister and mom too. And so it's real close. What was the second part of the question?
Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
Yeah, and I almost feel embarrassed about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you be embarrassed that your childhood was happier than most other people's?
Because everybody has better stories than we do.
You've heard the horror stories.
Oh, I've heard the horror stories, and we don't have those.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that we came from an unusual upbringing until I was, I think we talked about this, in my 40s.
Yeah. That's
and
when
I
you realize.
other people started talking about the way they were raised, and I found more people that were raised different from us, and than were raised the same. And I've asked Mom. I said, "What did y'all do? Why? How did this happen?" And she shrugs her head and she goes, "I don't know. We didn't think about it."
I don't think you do.
Because they came from not dysfunctional, but different homes, So and so their upbringing was not at all like how they raised us, but somehow they did it. I mean, it may be just dumb fucking luck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So for me, how close and warm is your family? This kind of has some not relevancy, but it's right up front with me because I just saw my niece Alyssa for a couple times this week. Came in out of town. I don't think my family is as close as I would like it to be, and I take responsibility for that. I think, but we're warm when we are together. There's, with Alyssa, there's warmth right away.
Yeah.
If I go up to Iowa and see my sister, there's warmth, but we're not close in that we're not communicating, on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And she said something in the conversation the other day where she said, talking to her boyfriend, that she was going to see Uncle Carl, and he was like, "Oh, that guy from way back."
Yeah.
And I realized I need to pick up the phone more.
Yeah.
I think I get too caught up. We moved around a lot. I don't want to give excuses because family's important.
It really
we're close when we're together, but we're not together enough.
It doesn't take that much time, actually.
It really doesn't.
No, it's really not.
It's my fault on that.
Yeah.
Do I feel my childhood was happier than most other people's? Man, that's hard to do. I'm going to say yes because it's just a lot of poverty and pain in the world.
Yeah.
I had not happy moments in childhood. I had a lot of happy moments in childhood. I'm going to say, using percentages, I'm in the upper quadrants.
Oh, absolutely.
Not to say it didn't have its problems, but that's that one. Last question in set 2. Oh, it's a good one.
I don't know.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mother? The mother question.
Oh, it's always been real good and contentious at the same time. I mean, we've always been real. Mom was the one that I could talk to easier because Dad just didn't talk as much. He was all real easygoing and stuff, but Mom was around, and she was the one that I would talk to mostly, and we could argue and disagree and fight about shit. But there was always acceptance and love there. So I'd say, and there's still that way, And the funny part is, as I get older, I'm starting to realize I'm more and more like my mom. In fact, Nita accused me of that yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Notice I said accused rather than pray. Because Mom can,
how's your Anita's relationship with your
testy.
mom?
Huh?
How's Anita's relationship with your mom?
Oh, it's good.
Good.
Oh, yeah. No, Mom loved her from the beginning. And just, Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, total acceptance.
Yeah.
She probably wonders why she's living with me, too.
Right. Interesting. It sounds like I think that affected your family, too. I think having a healthy relationship with parents plays a big role in how you raise your children.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's kind of weird because I don't have children. I don't have parents.
Yeah.
My mom died in 1990.
Yeah.
So it's been
a while ago.
Wow,
25 years.
I can't believe it's been 25 years.
25 years? Wow.
No. I had a evolving relationship with my mother. We were very close early on. Before I just, she taught me to read.
How old was she when she died?
52.
That's young.
50. Yeah. 36. Yeah. 50. No, maybe 54. 53. 54. So we were very close growing up, early childhood and stuff. I mean, she was, she was my biggest cheerleader.
She's the one that made you who you are.
Yeah.
Who gave you all the positive qualities.
Yeah,
absolutely
I mean,
gave
absolutely
it.
did.
Yep. Moms
Encouraged my
yeah.
quest for knowledge, encouraged me to read, to write, taught me how to write, taught me how to read. Took time.
Huge.
Tons of stuff. You know, cried when my father was not being served as trying to be a peacemaker between me and him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did he just beat the crap out of me and the furniture?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So she served that role. You know, as we and then as I got, you know, it's like, you know, I went through this teenage stuff and I just got into friends and into pot and into drinking and so there was distance there on that.
Yeah.
I think. And then, you know, my father died and something snapped in her. I don't even know if I've talked to you ever about this, but she at one point I had to put her in a hot mental hospital.
Yeah. She just had grief or what?
Well, it turned out, which we didn't know at the time, she was dying of breast cancer. And she knew it, never went to a doctor. So you talk about knowing you're going to die and not telling anyone. She did that.
Yeah, no.
And it became and she started saying her name out loud and becoming very antisocial. And it was very frustrating, and I was angry about it because it's like, this isn't the mom I know. You're not. Why are you acting like this?
Because she's keeping it all inside.
Yeah. And it was really hard.
Well, she was, you know, and the thing is, now I'm coming at this from a parent. I think she thought that she was protecting you, when actually, so now I'm going to have to rethink tell people, when actually it would have been better to tell you. She would have been able to relax,
right?
Probably.
Yeah, if you're not going to tell your family and you can keep it normal, maybe that would be a good way to go.
Yeah, nobody knew any of that shit back then.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I think at some point she knew.
Yeah.
And we were amazed after, you know, learning how the doctor said, you know, a woman with this stage of breast cancer shouldn't have been able to do that. She worked till the day she died, right? I mean,
that's how strong she was trying to make it your life.
She was a very strong woman.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. But I was estranged and it pissed me off, and I was living in Iowa at the time, and you know, I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit. And so, you know, I have not regrets. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if I had the maturity to deal with it any other way, but I wish we had a better last few years than we did.
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember when Suzanne and I had our first fight, you know, I called my mom.
Yeah.
And she was, even at that stage where she was helpful. And and after the mental, which was really the hardest, probably, you talk about terrible memory, that might be worse than that day.
Yeah.
Knowing because you had to get a police to come and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You can't just put someone in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
You have to prove you have to go into court and say that they're harm to themselves or others, all that bullshit, to get someone help.
Yeah.
But after that, she pulled herself together on that. She ended up getting a job. She stopped the antisocial behavior and made sure she got insurance and was a big deal on making sure that she covered all her bases with the credit cards and all that kind of stuff, and took care of her family.
Yeah. Wow.
So how do I feel about my relationship with my mother? I miss her.
Yeah.
I wish she was alive today.
Yeah.
So that we could have a different relationship than how it ended.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you know, she everything that's good about her is in you. I see that after you talk about it. It's all there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of the thing about people that have died. You know, it's like Judy.
Yeah.
When Judy died, you know, Nita's best friend.
Right.
And it was hard on everybody. I mean, really hard. But at her thing in Austin where everybody was sitting around her memorial. And Nita and I got up and talked, and I'm looking out on this sea of faces. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people. And at the end, if you get even a fraction of that, where you've had that much of a positive impact on people. When I say positive impact, that means a little piece of you, the positive piece, is now part of that person in the audience.
That's true. That's a beautiful way.
Or they wouldn't be there.
You're right.
They're not going to come there if they've got a negative view. And so for her to have all that and pass that on to the world, and then all those people are passing that on, and that's kind of has evolved into my definition of infinity, the way a person who lives a good life lives on ad infinitum, because it just kind of rolls and keeps going. It's kind of
cool.
It's your basic pyramid scam.
3 shares with 3 shares with 3.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But
I like how
that.
you bring it around the pyramid scale.
Yeah, but it really hit me.
Yeah,
when
that's powerful.
When we went to Judy's funeral, and driving in, we were driving stuck in traffic. A bunch of guys were working on the freeway, and I looked at them and I thought, they never knew her.
Yeah.
And the fact that they never knew her, I felt like was a loss to them. But see, here's the thing. There's somebody that just as positively affected them that I didn't know, that they probably could say the same thing about me.
That's true. Absolutely. Great way to end this set 2. So I think maybe that's a wish.
Lunch noise.
Yes, we do have the lunch crowd. I think effective. Maybe there's some kind of effective greeting on that, or saying goodbye. A wish. I wish you many people at your funeral.
Yes,
because that means you touched a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, this is yes. And there was a guy who's kind of summed it up. He's a volunteer at Nita's hospital. He's an old guy. And she hadn't seen him in a couple of times, and she came up to him and said, "Bob," or whatever his name is, "it's good to see you." And he goes, "Yes, I would rather be seen than viewed." And from those of you who are not in Texas, or maybe it's a universal thing, when you view the body, somebody's dead.
Got it.
So
yes.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right. We're in end of step 2, or set 2, of 36 questions that lead to love. Can 36 questions.
And I'm feeling all warm now, Carl.
And we got the tinglies and the warmth, or it could be gas. I think it could be gas. All right. We will do part 3, set 3.
Yeah.
Tune in to carlandmike.net on the web, podjocks.com on iTunes, carlandmike.net. Search us anywhere on social media or Stitcher. We're everywhere you want to be. Hope you're enjoying these. Are you falling in love with Carl or Mike, or Carl and Mike?
Ooh.
Could it be happening to you?
It could be a 3-way.
Wow. we do those.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.